getting my fasted cardio in after leg day. I think what I'm going to do with these, just a heads up, I don't see myself doing the breakfast chats, the coffee chats on here anymore. Quite frankly, it's time I could be spending making a whole nother video. And it would be different if people were like donating money every day in it, but they're not. So honestly, I really can't justify the extra live stream time when I could be doing other work that goes across multiple platforms or clients, doing that extra live. Now the cardio though, I'm going to do every day, and I'm going to try to do most evenings, an evening one still. But the cardio we're going to do anyways, so I might as well stream. But it's kind of like doing the 3 a day. It's just no point. Like I said, it would be different if I was getting $20, $30 in donations every morning in there, but otherwise I just can't justify the time. I could literally use that same time to make a video that I upload to both YouTube and Facebook, and then Facebook gets reels for it too. Like, it's just a better use of my time. So back over to let's get to your questions. Hey TY, could you please click like as soon as you ask a question? That way more people get this into their feed. Because we got questions already and nobody has clicked like. It'll help a brother out. This is what gets it into people's feeds. Like those engagements are what make it appear and ding in other people's stuff who are following. So once I see a like, I will, there we go. Okay, cool. Coach, is it fine to do chins the day before deadlifts? Subject to debate. How fatigued are you and how much are you deadlifting? I personally noticed definitely doing lat work the day before when I was doing it. I felt like it did compromise my deadlifts just a little bit. Not a lot, but it may be costing you a rep on a 4 or 5 rep set. It could be costing you 10 pounds off your max. I mean, that's about where I estimated when I did back before deadlifts. So that's one reason I switched it around. So I do deadlifts on Tuesday and then back and biceps on Wednesday personally. But you know, when I ran conjugate, it was fine. JT, appreciate the donation, brother man. So, but when I ran conjugate, it was fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've pulled over 600 multiple times having done rows the day before. In fact, I know for a fact I did. What about chins the day before squats? Maybe less of a problem unless your upper back is limiting. I mean, you will get used to it eventually though, right? You will get used to it eventually. So here's what I would say. Assess your fatigue, right? Get in and assess your fatigue with it. Does it feel like it's limiting you? You know, that's usually the best barometer, right? Hold on, let me see if I can give a love to JT's little thing there. Will it let me? There we go. All right, cool. It let me like it. Good morning, coach. Is it cold there? No, it's warm. It's about 73, 74. Nice and comfortable. Thanks for the input. I like over easy eggs. I don't ever boil my eggs. Too much hassle to get the shell off. I'll scramble occasion or make an omelet, but I like over easy most of the time. Most of the ones you see me put the pictures up of on social media, it's going to be over easy. What's your favorite fruit to eat? Can I narrow it down? Can I narrow it down to 3? Cantaloupe, watermelon, cherries are my top 3. Like, we're straight up, dude. I don't know that I could pick a favorite. That's going to be a push. Maybe any sort of melon. I love honeydew also. But cherries or any sort of melon always be my top picks. Hello, Lacey, how you doing? What's the temperature where you are? It's in mid-70s, 73 or so Fahrenheit for those of you who use Freedom units. All right. Well, I like bananas, just never tried. You've never tried melons of any type? Are you kidding me? What? Poached eggs? Poached eggs are okay. I like over easy. I like over easy with the yolks a little runny. It's like my optimal. Throw a little spinach, a little cheese in there. Peaches are pretty solid. I got sick of peaches. I used to grow peaches. So I helped run my dad's peach orchard a million years ago for a while. I got sick of peaches because we had so many. There was like limit, like we couldn't even sell all of them sometimes. We got to where we just had people come out and pay to pick their own buckets at the orchard. That was actually pretty lucrative. You just give them a 5-gallon bucket and charge them to go pick their own. Charge them by the bucket. But yeah, it was just endless peaches. You get sick of them. Now, I actually was doing that when I was losing that first 100 pounds when I was really out of shape and as a young man. So, do you like grapefruit? No, I don't like grapefruit. It's nasty. What do you mean increase? It increases metabolic rate of it. That's not how things work. There's nothing magical about grapefruit or metabolic rate. Technically, if you want something that calorie per calorie is going to have the most impact, protein. Protein. We were preachers of eating them my whole life. But yeah, Lacey, but you get sick of them eventually. And it's kind of like, I did. It's like millions of peaches, just like that song. And we had them through a pretty good chunk of the year because we had like 4 different varieties, so they were slightly different seasons. Blueberry's a good choice too. As soon as you think Frenchie got deported, I think Frenchie might have got sent back to Algeria. Why do we call him Frenchie? He's not even French. He speaks French, he's Algerian. But, you know, we'll call him Frenchie for all purposes. I'm thinking he did too. Notice he hasn't posted and no one's heard from him. And he was making like $8,000 on that other little side thing he did, but I've heard no one say that he's even doing that. He may have took the money and just got deported, I don't know. La Migla got him. Top 3 fruits, veggies, strictly for vitamin content. I already kind of gave you my top favorites. Okay, purely for vitamin content, not necessarily total content, but diversity of content. All right, you ready? Cantaloupe, kiwi, avocado. If you're looking for the highest variety of nutrient content, that's going to be your 3. Not necessarily total, but again, when it comes to things like antioxidants, you know, you're looking at stuff like, man, does this thing contain vitamin C, vitamin E, and vitamin K all at the same time? Stuff like that. Those are kind of a big deal. Do you do muscle worship? What do you mean the G? It's not technically G, dude. No, I haven't done any muscle worship. I haven't asked anybody ask me. So, literally, dude, if no one is asking me to do something, I'm not even going to consider anything. I've not got any request. I've never gotten a request for a penis picture, to be honest. Like straight up, dude, nobody has asked me for a penis picture. Nobody. Seriously. I've been asked for a foot picture. I've been asked to make a video doing curls in my underwear. Nobody has asked me for it's like no, seriously, nobody even asked for anything like that. So how can I answer something that no one's asked for? Is it true women like men who eat pineapple before doing? No, dude, that's a myth. Look, a good diet. Just a good, healthy diet, being in shape will help you there. Like, actually, here's another one. Don't smoke weed. You want something that will make where women don't like the taste of your stuff? Smoke weed, dude. That's one I've noticed is consistent. Like, it would, you know, I've heard that from multiple women over the years. Lacey, muscle worship is exactly what it sounds like. It's a fetish. Usually it's gay men who have a fetish for muscular men and they want to worship them. Are you glad that you asked that? Do you feel enlightened knowing this bit of information? And no, I haven't done it. Lacey's like, you know what? I'm going to have a whole better day just having obtained this knowledge. Oh, God. Is being really hairy a high testosterone? Not necessarily. No, it's more linked to higher DHT, which could be indicative of higher testosterone, but it could also mean, 1, genetics, 2, a higher production of the 5-alpha reductase enzyme. I am stupidly hairy when I don't take all the fur off. I look like a big black bear pretty much. I have to take all the fur off, especially living in Texas since I lift. Plus it's good for the lifting too. In this heat, I don't like wearing a shag carpet across my entire back. How many? Well, only a couple. Hey Lacey, we already know you don't buy OnlyFans. We assumed as much. I don't think most women necessarily do. Lacey was answering him. No, Lacey is not on my OnlyFans, guys. There's nobody named Lacey on there. If there is a Lacey in my OnlyFans, they are not using their real name. So let's just settle that. All right, morning, bro. Good morning. I've had conversations with Lacey. I don't get the impression that she is any form of bad girl, to be perfectly honest. Is that a fair conversation to say, Lacey? Lacey definitely doesn't strike me as, anything remotely close to anything like that. I haven't talked to her in a long time, though. It's been years. Oh, they're asking you if you're an escort, and it's like, no. So read the comments, Lacey. No, she's not my girlfriend either. She's too young, guys. She is way below my dating bracket. Why are you guys even on there? She is just a fan. She's just a fan of the channel. When she checks in, she lifts. There's nothing remotely ever happened between us. Talked to her in Messenger a few times over the years. That's about it. Like what? 3-4 years ago? Been a while. So as far as the other questions, guys, I do not have a girlfriend. I am currently single. At the moment, I want to remain single. I'm choosing to spend some time single. All right. Hey, French, if you're going to be obsessed with all that, I might get rid of you. Like, why are you obsessed with another poster in here? That's weird. Maybe, hey, French Mafia, maybe you should consider talking to a mental health professional. All right. What's the best way to get jacked? Lift weights and eat protein, brah. Progressive overload. Focus on big compounds, fill in the gaps with isolation, eat lots of protein. Are you training back today? No, I did legs. I already trained. Do I need to eat a lot? Well, yeah, because your metabolism is going to go up as you get more jacked. Yep. Hey, Triff, I mean, you need to eat at least your maintenance calories, even if you're trying to recomp. And your maintenance is going to go up. People forget that. They're like, look, even though, let's say you're 180 pounds and you choose to just recomp at 180 pounds for the next 12.3 years. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. All right. Your maintenance calories are going to go up every year. Triff, I have free programs on my channel. Why don't you start with my Ice Cream Fitness 2.0? There's a whole playlist dedicated to it on this channel. I'll get you started. How's that sound? It is a beginner program. 3-day-a-week beginner program that can be done in less than an hour. I have a whole playlist, even with instructions on how to perform most of the lifts in separate videos. It's got a whole spreadsheet in the video breaking down the exercises. Well, Triff, everyone you know doesn't necessarily know what they're doing. I don't care. Okay. I don't care what everyone you know does. That's irrelevant. All right. Jason, can a cricketer get jacked? Nope, sorry, dude. Playing a sport automatically means you can't get jacked. Them's the rules, right? Think about your question, Sagne. Stop and think that through. Does playing a sport that does not have that big of a commitment, to be honest, it's not that hardcore of an endurance sport. Does playing a sport prevent anyone from being jacked? And even if it was endurance, what about my friend Beata? Beata is crazy jacked and does ultra marathons and triathlons. So did that prevent him from being a ripped 225 pounds? Let's get rid of this French guy. Yeah. So I think Americans, I've seen cricket because I lived in the UK, but it's not, dude, you're not doing 12 hours of endurance 3 times a week. So, I mean, Lacey, you already know these stalkers are strange. You already are aware of this. There's something mentally wrong with these people. So why do you choose to engage them? Just ignore them. Just block them like I do. All right. So, all right. But say, cricket is not a crazy endurance sport. Like, your games are a few hours tops, and you're not necessarily moving. So I don't know why you're thinking of it as an endurance sport. There's nothing about cricket that would prevent you from being a professional bodybuilder and winning the Mr. Olympia. Now, lack of genetics and not enough drugs might prevent it, but playing cricket is not intensive enough to interfere with winning the Mr. Olympia. Just saying. What's up, Coach? What's going on, Atomic? You know? I mean, my response would be, do you not see jacked athletes in all sorts of sports? All right. My 7 says C. Okay. Oh, it's getting overcast. It might start raining on me here. I might need to start rolling back to the Casa de Blaha. All right. What are your comparisons on Texas versus South Carolina? I don't understand the question. I don't know anything about South Carolina. I've never been there. England versus Australia is the mother of all cricket matches. Okay. Is it only rely on dumbbell bench press for chest? I mean, you could, but why would you? Why are you going to limit your tools? What's wrong with the barbell? Yeah, Texas is pretty much better than everybody, to be honest with you. I mean, so if that's what we're comparing Texas versus any other state or country, Texas is better. Like, this is not even up for debate. So if that's all we're looking at is that comparison, Texas better than Minnesota? Yes. Texas better than Australia? Yes. Is Texas better than Russia? Hell yeah. See how that works? Is Texas better than Texas? Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm going to struggle with that one. Oh, man, how'd you put me in that position? I don't know. I don't know which one to pick. All right. But, you know, if we're going to do the other comparisons, Florida might be second place. They're not even remotely better than Texas. All right. I have family in Montana. All right. Okay, so numero uno, right? I'm going to, since it's not sunny and it won't block my screen, I'm going to start heading back towards my house just in case it starts raining. But, hey, we already got a super chat in today's live. We need some more of those. Pat Casey made great progress with dumbbell incline. Okay, let me state this clearly. No one is saying dumbbells are not good or useful. What I'm saying is, someone says, Is it okay to use dumbbells only for chest? Oh, well, why? Fire it up. Hey, JT, appreciate it, man. Southern Georgia girl at heart, though, I suppose. Yeah, it's cool. I don't have an issue with that. I happen to be very patriotic towards the great Republic of Texas, having been born and raised here and then lived in other places. I'm allowed to be a patriot. That's how it works. You're not allowed to be that way, Jason. It's 2025. You can't love your homeland. It's unacceptable. To which I would reply, y'all can eat a bag of dicks. All right. Dumbbells can give a great range of motion when done right, but there's no reason to axe the barbell. Exactly. I mean, there's some interesting data when it comes to deep stretch on some of the chest stuff. I mean, we can make the case that it may not even be building more chest. I mean, I want people to think about that. There's some data that is purely tendon stretch at a certain point. I'm not saying it is. And no one has ever produced any data of, I am aware, ever showing more pec hypertrophy from dumbbells over a barbell. I'm not saying there aren't some hypotheticals, but I mean, you don't actually have data showing that. And there have been some pretty massive chest builds off the barbell. But I definitely think using both can be beneficial. I've done plenty of incline dumbbell presses in the last year. Historically, you're supposed to be loyal to your state. If you like your state, I happen to like mine. I'm not saying we get everything right, but I like it here. It's where I prefer to live. KC is also believing. Why are we still talking about some ancient historical figure, though? Not that there's anything wrong with Pat Casey, but just saying we have learned a little bit about lifting since his day. Is it true that Texas is also a hotspot? I don't know anyone who's ever seen one. So why do most guys go on heavy bulks? Because they've been told to do it. Triff, because there's a tradition and they've been told to do it, it doesn't mean that it's actually a good idea. Also keep in mind, a lot of people don't care about being lean. Some people prize strength over all else, including their health, how they look, everything. There are such things as really heavyweight powerlifters. All right. No one has ever suggested to me, well, Triff, I just did. All the good coaches I know will tell you the same thing. Every high-level coach that I personally know almost guarantee, if you care about your body composition at all, and you are not pursuing absolute strength as your only goal, will all tell you that same thing. There's a general baseline rule. Now, if you're telling me your goal is absolute strength and you don't care what the price is, you're like, dude, I don't care if I look like crap. I don't care if I get diabetes. I don't care. I just want the biggest squat and bench press possible through any means necessary. Then I will give you a different plan. But I will warn you that you're going to be fat and diabetic one day. Okay? All right. Jason, are you so gregarious and appreciate your structure and lifestyle? Oh, hey man, thank you. Bulking is generally just fat gaining, yeah. You're not necessarily going to gain muscle faster always from it. I'm not big on chest muscles for myself. Everyone has their taste. I got my chesticles. And it varies. I know women who like my chesticles. So, it's all good. Heavy bulking can be so bad for you, and intentionally getting fat is not a good idea. There's no need for a dirty bulk. I agree. There are exceptions, but not healthy people. Someone says there's no exceptions. Okay, sure, yeah. I mean, you just went through muscle wasting from cancer and chemotherapy. You just had muscle wasting from undiagnosed celiac disease and you're 50 pounds underweight. Yeah, okay, I get it. That makes sense. They're also going to give you steroids in those cases too, by the way. That's actually one of the main medical uses. They're going to give you steroids and they're going to bulk you up. So, heavy bulking can also be bad for you, yeah. So, but outside of a medical environment, generally not. I mean, again, I get it if you're a specific sport, if you want to be a sumo wrestler, if you want to powerlift and you don't care about weight classes, you want to be a world's strongest man competitor, okay, go up to 300-400 pounds. But it's not going to be healthy and you're not going to look good. And you can still powerlift very successfully in a lighter weight class lean. You can go do the 198 instead of being 400 pounds. Just saying, guys, you can still compete. You would outclass most influencers if you drop to a lean 200. Yeah, I'm very aware. Yeah, all the years of powerlifting, I have all that density and muscle maturity. So yeah, I mean, shredded down, I'm gonna have that granite look. You already see it in my forearms and calves all the time. So it's pretty much what I look like under there. Decades of powerlifting, right? So, but I don't want to get that lean. It's not really on my goals. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but it's just, you know. Lacey's about 115. Yeah, you're shorter, leaner girl, so that makes sense. Yeah, so about 10 pounds of lean tissue. It makes a big difference. So if someone stops making progress, their eating is staying the way, do they add a bunch of cows? No, you don't add a bunch of cows. Add a couple hundred. What do you mean a bunch? You still don't need to be gaining over about a pound a month. That doesn't take many extra calories. That's going to be about half a sandwich. That's going to be an apple or two over what you were eating every day. Does leaning out? It can, but not necessarily. The recovery end is the hard part there from any of the training and cardio you're doing to handle it. You need to reclaim your old powerlifting records. I'll eventually get around to it. So stalling is not, no. Triff, if you are shredded, then yes. Like if you're 9% body fat and you're stalled out, I get it. It's probably because you're not eating enough. You don't even have a six-pack? No, absolutely not. Your training sucks. Your recovery sucks. Quit sleeping 4 hours a night and doing coke with your bros all night on Friday night. Quit sitting up gaming, drinking Monsters till 3 in the morning. Get your training dialed in. Get your sleep and recovery dialed in. That's the situation. Get your protein up. Right? That's what you need to do. All right. That's my advice. Yeah. Well, I do know about the short firecrackers. I've dated girls as short as like 4'11". I've also dated like 5'10". So I've been on both ends of the spectrum there. All my wives were really tall though. So just an FYI, both my ex-wives were at least 5'8". Worst thing is doom scrolling on social networks, and you should be, yeah, there's some truth to that. Unless it's my page, then you need to be clicking like on everything. If it's my page, it's acceptable to be doom scrolling because I'm making money. Otherwise, I agree. Funny thing, and my brother and dad are fairly tall. Yeah, that's how genes work sometimes. I really know what you're going to get in the mix once those chromatids cross over. And yes, that is a real term for people who don't know biology. It's not, it sounds kind of sexy, but it's really not. The crossing of the chromatids. It's basic genetics. All right. We've got to make basic biology sexy again for people. So when a man loves a woman, sometimes their chromatids cross. When really that's just part of his genetic combining. No clicking from 10 to 6. Yep, that'd be a good idea, MS7. All right. Yeah, funky things happen with genetics. A lot of people don't realize they don't always get the exact mix they think they do either. Like they'll have this strange assumption that you've got 25% of the genes from each grandparent. That's not actually true. It could literally be 10% from one. Once we start dealing with all that crossing over and the different genome, you know, it gets interesting. All right, my sleep and diet were good, but I still hit stalls when I'm very lean. Even when I was like overweight, I would stall. Yeah, your programming needs to be improved. Fix the training. That's why I coach. I have coaching slots open. Hit me up, Triff. This can be resolved. This is what I do for a living. All right, it's about to sprinkle on me. It's a good thing I'm on my street. Yep. So this is almost done. But progress is always linear. No, it's not. Not always linear. You're not a beginner anymore. You've talked about lifting already. You talk about always talk about I had problems here. You're not a beginner. You touched a weight more than 8 weeks ago the first time, right? You're not a beginner. That ship has sailed. So, again, Triff, hit me up for coaching. Message me on Facebook. The link is under every video. All right? I'll help you out. All right, I am almost home. We're gonna wind this down, get some breakfast in. I need a shower first though. I just trained and I got this vest on. I'm probably a little stinky, probably ripe. A little soap and hot water go a long way. You are holding together well, appreciating all your support and great efforts to keep up all the hard work. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wind it down. I'm home. I'll catch you next time.